Tonight, a brutal killing of two top aides in Mexico City caught on camera. Surveillance footage of the broad daylight ambush shows a car driven by Jimena Guzman, Mayor Clara Brugada's private secretary, stopped on the side of the road. Jose Munoz, an advisor to the mayor, approaches the passenger's side. The gunman, dressed in white, opening fire, killing them both before taking off.
Que no haya impunidad.
Brugada warning her staffers, promising she will not rest until there's justice.
Nosotros no podemos estar especulando.
Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum saying investigations are underway to determine the motive of the attack and that surveillance cameras in the area are being analyzed to identify possible perpetrators.
You see this in really conflictual states like Guerrero, Michoacan, Tamaulipas, but in Mexico City, it was not really heard of.
Investigators say they believe at least 4 people were responsible. The murders have sent shockwaves across the nation's capital.
Creo que está un poco fuera de control esto aquí en la Ciudad de México.
One resident saying, things are a bit out of control here. I support the president, but they haven't managed security. They haven't calmed things down. Political violence in Mexico has been on the rise. The nation saw a wave of murders targeting political candidates heading into its presidential election last June. And a report this year found 104 cases of political violence in Mexico between January and March alone. Earlier this month, mayoral candidate Yesenia Lara Gutierrez was gunned down in Veracruz. She was a member of the same Morena party as Brugada.
Is there any type of connection to be made between the string of attacks here?
I think it's too soon to say, but there is speculation that this could be a message from criminal groups and cartels to the Mexican government, back off, because Claudia Sheinbaum, since taking office 8 months ago, has had a much tougher approach to cartels and gangs than her predecessors. Usually we see them react in some kind of way to that, eventually increase violence, and I'm afraid we may be seeing the beginning of that now.
And Marissa Parra joins us now. Marissa, what more do we know about the suspects authorities in Mexico are searching for?
Well, there was an attorney general's press conference held earlier today, Allison, and while they still have not released any identities, any motives, they do believe that 4 people were responsible. And something that is telling when they're trying to distinguish whether this was a random crime or whether this was targeted is the autopsy of Jimena showed that she was shot 8 different times and that both of them were shot both in the thorax, the body, the abdomen, the head. And this is very telling, Allison. And as we mentioned, this has sent shockwaves because this isn't just, a political an act of political violence, rather, in Mexico. This was in Mexico City, which has historically, at least in recent years, been seen as a safe haven from this kind of violence. And it is not only sending shockwaves for that reason, but these are also 2 top aides to the current mayor. So clearly, a lot of resources will be thrown at this to figure out who was behind this and why, Allison.
Marissa Parra, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.